Ma'am, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you. Shweta ma'am, I
Yes, sir.
guess students may not join or something. I don't know. We will start the session because in the morning also we don't have the students' participation.
Okay. Yes, sir, we shall start the session.
Give me a
Or
minute.
should we have to wait for some time for the students to join? Can you please confirm or you want me to check with Lata ma'am once and start?
Yes, we can wait for 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, sir. Meanwhile, I'll check with Lata ma'am and get back to you.
Yeah, please, please. Okay.
Sir, Gokul sir. Hello.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sir, we have to hold for another 2 minutes, it seems.
Sure,
Ma'am
sure.
will get back.
No problem. No problem. Wait, wait.
Sir, can you please check whether the students have joined in YouTube Live?
Yes, yes, I'm checking, ma'am. See, I had checked in the
Mm.
morning itself. They didn't join from the school side. That
Okay.
we had informed also.
Mhm.
So, I will check with Lata ma'am right now. Okay, ma'am. Just give me a minute.
Okay, okay.
Hmm? Ashwita ma'am. Ashwita ma'am.
Yes, sir.
We will go ahead with the session, ma'am. Just now I talked with her. Okay.
Uh-huh.
We will have a meeting probably next week for
Mhm.
sorting these things out for the school's participation. So in the meantime, we will go for the session. Okay.
Okay, sir. Fine, fine, sir. We'll
We
go
will
ahead.
go. Thank you.
Thank you. ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಶಾಲಾ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೂ ಶಾಲಾ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೆ Good evening to all my dear students, teacher, and the school coordinators. We welcome you all to our Vidya Shakti science session. My name is Ashwita Malnar and I'm your science tutor. Dear students, hope you all had a very happy and safe holidays. And getting back to the school is a very happy thing, isn't it? Yes, no? Okay. We'll take it as a positive note and go ahead. Dear students, in our last session, As you all can recall, we had discussed about the fundamental unit of life. So now you tell me, what is the fundamental unit of our life? Yes. What is the fundamental unit of our life? The basic thing is the cell, isn't it? So now this cell has been structured into various parts. As we had discussed, the cell contains a cell membrane, cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm. So we discussed about the cell membrane, plasma membrane, cell wall, nucleus in our previous classes. During the time of your holidays, we have recorded few short videos where we have thrown light about these specific topics. So please do watch our YouTube channel and you can find these videos more interesting and realistic to your studies. Okay, going forward, before me heading towards the cytoplasm, I had a very interesting topic that I had discussed in the previous session, that is about the chromatic membrane or chromatin material, chromosomes and DNA. So these are the few science terminologies you would be hearing here and there. Maybe when you turn on the news channel, you may be hearing about the DNA, chromosome, chromosomatic defect, about all these things. But when we dive deep into the topic, nucleus, we all know that and we have heard that this nucleus contains the rod shaped structure. These rod shaped structure, we call it as chromosomes. Yes, we call them as chromosomes. As well as that, now let us have a deep discussion about this chromosome and chromatin material. Since you all are in class 9, you just have the a macro level of understanding about this chromosome or chromatin material. But when you head towards higher classes, you'll be having a deep level of knowledge. Since our Vidya Shakti not just concentrate on your academic knowledge, but also would like to enhance the scientific thinking and scientific knowledge in you. So we have a detailed discussion about this chromatin material. Let me share my screen. Hope you all can see my screen, isn't it? Okay. So here you can see so many structures. You can see this X kind of a structure, which is called as chromosome. You have something called as chromatin fiber, which is something like this. Looks like a noodles, isn't it? Then you have something called as a small, round kind of a structure called as histones. And then you have nucleosomes and then this kind of a structure called as DNA. But these things are interconnected to each other. Can you all see? So now let us go one by one. What is this chromatin material? See, chromatin is the complex of DNA and proteins. Proteins ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ basically ಈ histones ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದನ್ನ proteins ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ದ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ನ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್ ಫೈಬರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಬೇಕು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅಂಶ ಹಿಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಮೂಲಕ ಮತ್ತೆ DNA ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ವಿತ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುಕ್ಯಾರಿಯೋಟಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್. Okay, it's a dynamic material. You did not take this notes, but it is just for your understanding. It's a dynamic material that packages the DNA into a smaller volume to fit inside the nucleus and also regulate gene expression, DNA replication and repair. During cell division ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Cell division ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? This is a single cell. This gets divided into dual cell. ಇದನ್ನ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಆದಾಗ ಈ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್ ಕಂಡೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ದ visible highly compacted structure known as chromosome. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ rod like structure chromosomes ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ. This chromosomes contains DNA. Okay. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಏನೇನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ the hair structure. If parents have the wavy or curly hair, even you will be having the same. The complexion. Sometimes even the birthmark, those moles, ಆಯ್ತಾ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಮಚ್ಚೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೂ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಐ ಕಲರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಹೈಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯುನೋ ನಮ್ಗೆ ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಿಯಿಂದ ಹೈಟ್ ಸಹ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ sometimes emotional quotient also we get from the parents. So these are the genetic instruction from the DNA. Then proteins. Proteins andre you found that small round like structure. We call them as histones. Okay, histones. Histones anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Histones. So this primarily histones, which are proteins that DNA wraps around to form a fundamental unit, is called the nucleosome. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಆರ್ ಎನ್ ಎ ಕೂಡ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ತರಾನೇ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್. ಸೊ ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಒಳಗೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್ ಫೈಬರ್ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಜೀನ್ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಲ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಅದು ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವ್ ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಸೊ ನಾವು ವಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿನ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್. ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಅ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಇದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತ ಸುರುಳಿ ಸುತ್ತಿರೋದು ಕಾಯಿಲ್ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ನ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಟೆಲೋಮೇರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಬಣ್ಣವನ್ನ ಟೆಲೋಮೀರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. I have another image which has this telomere in a very specific form. ಈ ಟೆಲೋಮಿಯರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್. ಈಗ ಈ ಸ್ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೋಫಾಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಚೇರ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಚೇರ್ ನ ಕಾಲ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಬುಷ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ವೈ ಡು ವಿ ಪುಟ್ ದಟ್ ಬುಷ್? ಇನ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಟು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಟ್ ದ ಫ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೂಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಹಾಳಾಗದೆ ಇರ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಬುಷ್ ನ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದೇ ತರ ಈ ಟೆಲೋಮಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ DNA sequence. Understanding? So this has that repetitive DNA sequence. ನೋಡಿ ಈ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು. It has a DNA sequence, this telomere. And this is a chromosome here. And this chromosome is found inside the cell. ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್, ಈ ಗುಂಡಗಿರೋ ಆಕಾರ ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಾರಿ, ಇದು ಸೆಲ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ನ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಏನಿದು ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಝೂಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ DNA ಅಂಶ ಈ ಟೆಲೋಮಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಕಾಣಬಹುದು. ಟೆಲೋಮಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ಸುರುಳಿ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಈ ವೇವ್ ತರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ as ಕ್ರೊಮ್ಯಾಟಿಡ್ ಅಂತ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಂಟ್ರೋಮಿಯರ್, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟೆಲೋಮಿಯರ್. ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಮ್, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಮ್. ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲಾಂಗ್, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಮ್, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಮ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಂಗ್. ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಅ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್. So we have a note upon chromosome also. Chromosomes are thread-like structures found in the nucleus of cell that contain an organism's genetic material which is organized into DNA wrapped around proteins called histones. Okay, they are crucial for carrying genetic information, ensuring it is accurately copied and distributed during cell division. Humans have 23 pairs of chromosome, including 22 pairs of autosomes and 1 pair of sex hormones chromosomes. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, 23 ಪೇರ್ಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 22 ಬಂದು ಆಟೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ 1 ಪೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ XX ಫಾರ್ ಫಿಮೇಲ್ಸ್, XY ಫಾರ್ ಮೇಲ್ಸ್. ಈಗ ಒಂದ್ ಮಗು ಹುಟ್ಟೋಂತ ಮಗು ಗಂಡ್ ಮಗುನ ಹೆಣ್ ಮಗುನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ XX ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. XY ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಇಟ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಬಾಯ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಮೇಲ್ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಗರ್ಲ್, XY ಇದ್ರೆ ಬಾಯ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಟು ನೋ. ಓಕೆ, so this was about chromosomes, chromatin material, DNA. DNA ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಸ್ಪೈರಲ್ ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹೌ ಅ DNA is. DNA ಬಂದು ಡಿಆಕ್ಸಿ ರೈಬೋನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಕಂಟೈನ್ಸ್ ದ genetic instruction for the development, functioning and reproduction of all known organisms. It is organized as a double helix. ಈ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಡಬಲ್ helix with two strands of nucleotides twisting around each other like a ladder. The rungs of the ladder are made up of 4 base of pairs, which is completely out of syllabus. Il kanatala 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 base of pairs. We call it as thymine, adenine, thymine, cystosine, guanine. So, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ syllabus ಅಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. Just as a piece of knowledge ನಾವು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ share ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಉಪಯೋಗ, DNA ಇಂದ ಏನೇನ್ ಕಾರ್ಯವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಬ್ಲೂ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್. DNA ಸರ್ವ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ಬ್ಲೂ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ containing the instruction for building and maintaining. Next, protein synthesis. It provides the instruction for creating the proteins that perform most of the work in the cells. Third, heredity. DNA is passed down from parents to offspring. Offspring andre ಮುಂದಿನ ಜನಾಂಗ, carrying genetic information from one generation to the next. So this is the information about DNA, chromosomes, and then chromatin material. Okay. Hope this was very helpful, useful, and interesting to you. If you have any question, please present it. Okay. Yes. And why did we get this topic of chromosome, chromatin material, DNA? ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಿಕ್ತು ನಮ್ಗೆ? While we were studying nucleus, ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಒಂದು ಸೆಲ್ ಇಷ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟೇಟು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ಕ್ರೋಮೋಸೋಮ್ಸ್ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಅ central role in cellular reproduction, the process by which a single cell divides and forms two new cells. It also plays a crucial part along with the environment in determining the way the cell will develop and what form it will exhibit at maturity. So by directing the chemical activities of the cell, ಈ nucleus ಈ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. In some organisms like bacteria, the nuclear region of the cell may be poorly defined due to the absence of nuclear membrane. So, ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಟೀರಿಯಾಗಳಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ if this is a nuclear membrane may be absent, ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರಬಹುದು. Such an undefined nuclear region containing only nucleic acid, ಯಾವುದೇ nuclear membrane ಇಲ್ಲ, but it has only nucleic acid. ಅಂತ ಜಾಗವನ್ನ ನಾವು nucleoid ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. What do we call nucleoid? Where there is absence of nuclear membrane but has only nucleic acid. Okay, such organism whose cells lack a nuclear membrane are called as prokaryotes. ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಜೀವಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮೆಂಬ್ರೇನ್ಗಳು ಇರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ, ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಆರ್ಗಾನಿಸಮ್ ಆಸ್ prokaryotes. See, this is how a prokaryotic cell looks like. You don't have a nuclear membrane, but you find the nucleoid in the form of DNA structure directly here. You have a cell wall, you have a plasma membrane, you have pili, you have ribosome, you have cytoplasm, you have plasmid, you have flagellum, but you don't have a nuclear membrane. So, organisms or like which has the, I mean, such organism whose cells lack the nuclear membrane, we call it as prokaryotes. This pro andre primary anta, karyote andre carrion, nucleus anta artha. Okay. Organism with cells having a nuclear membrane are called as eukaryotes. Prokaryotes, no nuclear membrane. Eukaryotes, they have the nuclear membrane. Got to know the difference. Which don't have the nuclear membrane, we call it as prokaryotes. Which has the nuclear membrane, we call it as eukaryotes. Now, in your textbook also, you have the prokaryote cells. They lack most of the other cytoplasmic organelles within them present in the eukaryotic cells. Many of the function of such organelles are also performed by poorly organized parts of the cytoplasm. The chlorophyll and photosynthetic prokaryotic bacteria is associated with membranous vessels, that is bags-like structure, but not with the plastids as eukaryotes. So what am I telling? We can understand it in a very clear way by referring to your textbook. Can you all see? This is how a prokaryotic cells looks like. You have a plasma membrane here, you have a cell wall here, you have ribosomes here, you have directly nucleoid here, which with the absence of nuclear membrane, unlike the cytoplasm. So what is the cytoplasm? We'll try and understand in the next session. But before that, in the last session, I had told you an experiment of, soaking the raisins and seeing the difference. I'll tell you one thing, students. Science is a everyday learning. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತಲಿನ ವಾತಾವರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಸಂಶೋಧನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬಹುದು. ಆ ಕೌತುಕತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯು. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಸೊ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಅ ಲ್ಯಾಬೊರೇಟರಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕೆಮಿಕಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮಗ್ರಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಕ್ವಿಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಹೋಮ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಜನರಲ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್. I have done a one for you to show you. Hope you all can see my experiment here. So there are few raisins. We call it as vanadrakshi, dry fruit, dry grapes. This is how it looks like. Okay. You all know that this raisins, okay, ಈ ತರ ವಣದ್ರಾಕ್ಷಿ ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಬಿಸಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕ್ದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ತುಪ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುರಿದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ರೀತಿ ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನೆಸಿಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅದು ಉಬ್ಬಿ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಲೈಟ್ಲಿ ಬಲ್ಜ್ಡ್. Can you all see? Can you compare between these two? This is completely dry. ಇದು ನೀರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಇದು ಊದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. ನೀರನ್ನ ಹೀರಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ. So when I had explained you about the osmosis, you can do this kind of an experiment in your home only. So this part is completely dry, brittle, and this is soft and it is the ನೀರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ. We can soak the water also. Okay. Hope you are able to find the difference. Similarly, similar kind of an activity can also be done by you where you can find the observation and note it down. Okay. There are various ingredients. We find it in our daily life where we can do these kind of an experiment. Here also, if I would keep this one, you can see compared to the other raisins, this is slightly bulged because it has observed the water into it. It has observed the water into it. Okay, try and do this experiment at your convenience and you need not have to waste anything. You can eat this dry fruit. You can also drink this water where you have soaked the dry fruit. That is also very good for your health. And remember, eating a dry fruit is very good for your health. Soaking it before you eating is much better to your health. You get the maximum amount of benefit by soaking it. But not all dry fruit need to be soaked. You have two dry fruits like walnuts and pista. You need not have to soak those two dry fruits. You can eat it just like that. But others dry fruits like cashew or raisins or almonds, these kind of dry fruits, it's better if you soak it and have it. Okay, having said that, this was our science session. Hope you found it interesting and informative. Let us meet in our next session. Until then, take good care of yourself. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka Mate, Jai Vidya Shakti. Namaste.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Manasa. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
much.
Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Hello, friends. Very good evening. How are you? Meeting you after a very long time. I hope your vacation went really well. Enjoyed the festival. Yes? ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಮಳೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೀಳ್ತಿದೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. I hope you are safe as well. So, what is the session going to be about? We had started with parts of speech, and today's session is going to be about one of the parts of speech that you would be identifying with the help of an activity. Okay, so before that, let me begin today's session with a quote of a famous personality. You must be knowing him really well. A famous personality of India. He is none other than Ratan Tata ji. Ratan Tata. Yes. So what he says in this thought is that all of us do not have equal talents, yet all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸಮವಾದ ಒಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಗೋ ಒಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಆದದ್ದು ಒಂದೇ ಥರಾನೇ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಮೇಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದೋಸ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಸ್ ಅಸ್ ಟು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ದಿ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಗುಡ್ ಎಟ್ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್, it isn't necessary that my friend is also going to be good at drawing. Or if I'm having a very good memory power, not necessary that my friend, he or she, will be having a good memory power. But what we can do, what I can do to improvise my talent, that is my memory or drawing, for that I need to put the efforts by myself, right? Without putting efforts or doing something, I can't increase my talent. Correct? I can't develop it. Instead of increase, I can use the right word as develop. So we are given an opportunity. With that opportunity, we can definitely develop our talents, right? So a very good note of this famous personality: all of us do not have equal talent, yet all of us have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. ಸೊ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಿಡದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಾವು ಗೆಲ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗವಾಗಿನೋ ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಗಾಗಿ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬರಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು accept along with me as well. Which part of speech we are going to see in today's class? That we would be identifying with the activity. So in this picture, we can see a lot of people doing various activities. People are busily speaking, running, jogging, painting, playing guitar. You can see a child crying here as well. A lot of activities, right? So shall we first match them? Type. Where is the picture where a person is typing? Yes, we can see this boy typing in the laptop, on the laptop. Oh, the baby is crying over here. ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಗು ಅಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Read. This girl is reading, whereas her friend is playing the guitar. So he is playing the guitar. Play ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. You can see the person laying on the ground, lying on the ground or sleeping. ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. This person is carrying a lot of things in his hand. This lady is painting a beautiful picture. Paint. This person is running. ಇಲ್ಲೊಬ್ರು ಈಜೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸ್ವಿಮ್. ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್. ಆಟ ಆಡೋದು. Actually, we can match this picture with play, and this person is singing as well as playing the guitar. So we use the word, same word, but appropriate word for this picture is sing. Correct. This person is singing and playing the guitar as well, and his friend is reading a book. Have we joined all the words? Have we missed any word? No. Shall we submit it and see? So, in this picture, if you see, people are doing a lot of activities, and pertaining to the activity that is being performed, we have matched it with the appropriate word. So, what am I trying to tell over here? What is it exactly? I told in the beginning itself, we are going to see parts of speech. Which one? Yes, it is about verbs. We had seen lot of actions being performed in the picture, right? Play, sing, cry, read, carry. So verb. What is this verb? It indicates action or state of a being in simple terms. ಆ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಆ ಕ್ರಿಯೆನ ಹೇಳೋ ಪದವಾಗಿರತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ನ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪದವಾಗಿರತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್? ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ, ತಮಿಳುನಾಡು, ಕೇರಳ ಆ ತರ ಸ್ಟೇಟಾ? ಅದಲ್ಲ. It indicates the state of being, means it can include emotions or mental state of a being, sense. All these are to be called as state. So it can either indicate action or state of a being. So we'll look into it in depth. So what are action verbs? What are state verbs? We'll understand that them as well in depth. So how are we going to categorize a given word? So is there any rule behind it to categorize a word as an action verb or a state verb? Any rule behind it? So an action verb is used to represent the action done by the subject in the sentence. All of you know this really well. So looking at this picture, if we see, the girl is dancing gracefully. She is enjoying it and dancing happily on the ground. Action verbs cannot be used as linking verbs. What exactly is linking verb? Now only we understood what a verb is. Ma'am is telling something about a linking verb. What exactly is this linking verb? So linking verbs, it links the subject to a subject complement that identifies or describes the subject. So if at all I say the sentence, I am a girl, I am a dancer. Okay, I dancer. Does it sound good or grammatically is it right? Let me write the sentence on the board. I, teacher. She, a dancer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡೋ ವಾಕ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್? ದಿಸ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಲಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್. LV ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್. So this linking verb, what is it doing? It is linking the subject and subject complement. So it is something that tells more about the subject is complement, right? I hope you are knowing well about it. What does complement mean? Complement tells something more about the subject, and without this, the sentence is incomplete. Without this complement in a sentence, in this given sentence, if at all this teacher is teacher word isn't there, I am. Suppose I say I am. What am I? What am I? I am a teacher, I am a singer, I am a dancer. I can say anything. Without this word, it isn't a complete sentence. What am I trying to tell over here? In this sentence, am is the linking verb. How it is a linking verb? It is linking subject to the subject complement. Here, I is subject. This word teacher is subject complement. So, linking verb links subject with the subject complement. So, action verbs aren't linking verbs. It links subject to the subject complement. It doesn't indicate action. Linking verbs does not indicate action in the sentence. First, you would have thought, we know it really well. Verbs means it may indicate either action or state of a being. But there are situations wherein you would have come across this word linking verb. So is stative verb or linking verb? You might have this doubt. For you to get clarified, I'm giving this example. I am a teacher. She is a dancer. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ನಾವು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಾನ್ಸರ್. ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಈ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಶಿ ಅ ಡಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಕೊಡೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಗ್ರಾಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಖಂಡಿತ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಾನ್ಸರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ is ಅನ್ನೋ ಪದ linking verb ಆಗತ್ತೆ. It becomes the linking verb in the sentence, whereas it links subject with the subject complement. Here, the dancer is subject complement. Why is it a subject complement? It is telling more about the subject. Here, subject is she. ಯಾರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಇವ್ರು ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅವರೊಬ್ರು ಡಾನ್ಸರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಶಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬರೀ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, nothing more than that. So here is acting as a linking verb. So verb, it indicates either action or state of a being. If it is to be a state verb, it cannot be a linking verb. One moment. Which cannot be an state verb. Action verb, I'm sorry, which cannot be a linking verb. Action verbs cannot be a linking verb. Action verb na ಅದೆಲ್ಲ linking verbs ಅಂತ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. We can't consider action verbs as linking verbs. We can't take this as linking verbs. What exactly is linking verb? It links subject to the subject complement that identifies or describe the subject. That is it. They have only one function, and that is to denote the action in a sentence. I am teaching English. ನಾನು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಆಮ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡು ಆಕ್ಷನ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Action verbs cannot be used as linking verbs. Am is the word that is used as a linking verb. They have only one function, that is action verb. What is it? To indicate or denote the action in a sentence. So then what is the stative verb, ma'am? How do I identify it much better? Let me help you. Stative verbs describe a state or condition rather than an action. It indicates state or a condition rather than an action. It includes state of a being, emotions, or situations. Examples of state verbs: be, there is am, is, are, know, believe, love. All these words are state verbs. I am a teacher. She is a singer. They are friends. So all these words that I've used, am, is, are, they are nothing but state verbs. Words such as know, believe, love, some words that indicate emotions, state of a being, sense, mental state. All these are also called as state verbs. So stative verbs are not used in continuous tense. I am knowing the language very well. I don't use ing to the stative verb. I am knowing. I don't tell that. I know it very well. ನನಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬರತ್ತೆ. I know it very well. ನನಗದು ಆ ವಿಷಯ ನನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆ ಥರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ನೋ ಅನ್ನೋ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಬಳಸ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಐ ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಎನ್ ಜಿ ಟು ಇಟ್. ಐ ಎನ್ ಜಿನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಂದ್ರೆ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ನೋ, ಲವ್, what else? We'll be seeing it in the form of example. He knows the answer is the right sentence. He is knowing the answer. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. He knows the answer. He is knowing the answer. That is what I was telling. Is linking verb. Know is the state verb. This state verb know cannot have ing to it. It cannot be written in continuous form. You can write it only in simple form. Simple form is simple present. Knows. He knows the answer. Just you are adding s or es or ies depending upon the verb that is being given. Okay. So stative verb cannot be written in continuous form is the rule. So what happens if I use like that? I can use it, ma'am. It even makes a good sentence. No, grammatically it isn't correct. Using continuous forms with the stative verbs can make the sentence sound awkward or it is ungrammatical. Grammatical agi adu sari alla. It is ungrammatical. That was the example I had mentioned over here. He is knowing the answer. He knows the answer is the right one. I can't add ing to this state verb know. So that is the rule that we need to keep in mind for state verbs. Okay, it cannot appear in continuous form. So we will categorize these stative verbs. Stative verbs are categorized based on emotion, possessiveness, mental state, and sense. Okay. First have a look into those words it's been given, then you can categorize it. So if you have understood this really well, in next session we'll be having in depth about other forms, transitive, intransitive forms of verbs. Yes, it is a vast topic. We can't complete it in one go. ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಗಿಸೋಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So categories of state verbs based on emotion, possession, sense, mental state, we are categorizing state verbs. So first, which category are we going to fill in? Okay, students have told based on sense, let us complete, ma'am. Sure. See, nododo. It's a sense. smell, hear, touch. Correct. Anything else is left out? Sound. Hear. I can hear the sound. How do you identify it? It's a sense, right? You're hearing the sound. Emotion. Okay, we'll go with the emotion category now. Love. I like it very well. I like black color very much. ನಂಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಷ್ಟ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಹೋಪ್, ನಂಬಿಕೆ. ಇದು ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ನಂದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಗುಂಪಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋ ಪದಗಳು ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ? ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಬಿಲೀವ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹ್ಯಾವ್, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗುಡ್ ಮೆಮರಿ. ಐ ಓನ್ a big car. Possess, I possess this talent of singing. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇದೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹಾಡೋದು ಅನ್ನೋದು. Believe, believe, does it come over here? Think and say. Come on, students. Include. This word comes over here. Imagine, it's a mental state. Believe, again, it's a mental state. Surprise. ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ನಾನು ಮರ್ತು ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಗುಂಪಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಸ್ಟೇಟಿವ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರೈಸ್ಡ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಇಮೋಷನ್ಸ್, ಪೊಸೆಷನ್ಸ್, ಸೆನ್ಸ್, ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. You need to remember that stative verbs, sorry, it cannot be in ing form. It either indicates emotions, possessions. So make a note of it. Stative verbs, they are categorized based on the emotions, possession, sense, mental state. Now let us identify stative verbs in the given sentences. Okay. We now categorized, understood what are the stative verbs. Now I'll see whether you have understood the concept of stative verbs really well. I think she is Italian. I am thinking she is Italian. Think ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? This word is a stative verb. Stative verb, can it be in ing form? No. Perfect. I should just use the word think. I dash about my holiday. ನನ್ನ ಹಾಲಿಡೇ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಥಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೈ ಹಾಲಿಡೇ. Correct. ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎರಡನೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ you're just thinking about it. It can't be having ing over there. Okay. Susan is looking tired. Susan looks tired. Susan looks tired. Correct. Susan looks tired. It's to be written in simple present tense. Susan dash at some photos. ಕೆಲವು ಫೋಟೋಗಳನ್ನ ಸೂಸನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಶಿ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಟ್ ಸಮ್ ಫೋಟೋಸ್. ಹಿ ಡ್ಯಾಶ್ ಅ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್. ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾರ್ ಇದೆ. ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್. ಅವನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ something is happening right now. Something that is happening right now in continuous form. They are having dinner right now. Now I dash these words. Now I know these words. Along with this word, no, I don't use ing. What are these sounds? I can't dash you. I can't hear you. I can't hearing you. I can't listen to you. I can't hear you. ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. What dash you dash now? ನೀನ್ ಇವಾಗ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? What are you discussing now? I dash you are interesting person. I mean you are an interesting person. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀನೊಂದು ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. So in today's session we had understood meaning of verb and its further classification of action verbs, state verbs. What are the things that we need to keep in mind if at all it is to be a state verb? Can action verb be an linking verb? Also be discussed. So that is it for the day. We will continue the class in the next session, continue the topic in next session as well. So thank you so much, students. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Vidya Shakti.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you, ma'am.